These are 82nd Airborne poems from the Army, uh, written recently. This is titled Sonnets with No Real Ending series. Years ago, I was part of a war simulation outside 29 Palms in the California desert, or the National Training Center, remote locale spread over thousands of square miles inside Death Valley. And our deal there was to take and secure an airfield. After parachuting in, getting boots on the ground, had it done by morning, set up my mortar on a ridge, transport makeshift caravan rolling across the divide, led by a humvee lifting smoke over the sidewalls of the vehicle, covering the men inside with dust. I direct laid on the movement in front of me and fired five 60 millimeter rounds above them, switching that detonation on the projectile from dug in to overhead. That action, tallied that morning, killed 126 people. 24. Moved to higher ground before triangulated by scout team over mesa, set up with sniper, morning, light blankets, transport at a standstill. From this vantage, like ants emerging, I saw them, one at a time, removing themselves from green tarps. Still central to this simulation, the mortician's arrival with clipboards after triage to mark and tally. It takes a day for the men to be regrouped, cataloged, reassigned, redispersed, made into other flanks, other guerrilla squads sent out through moonlit rock country. We humped over 2 canyons, a million clicks, under our boots scurrying up and down the hillsides. I moved with the thought that the dead behind us were being ignited like fireworks to bless the sky. 25. Blur between that day and the next month in the field. Hundreds of miles crossed over terrain on fire, blaze, under boot calluses of which turned trench foot into rot. Thoughts of the other war simulations I've survived. Gas mask at Fort Benning, unsealed tear gas burns the senses in a room where the man cooking the gas is standing in the center, his eyes blocked out in reflection. Or Fort Polk, the Jungle Readiness Training Center, JRTC, recreation over marshland of Southeast Asia conditions. Old wars refought by West Point tacticians in the swamp, reimagined for scenarios conducted throughout the world. Chemical attack outside the perimeter on that mission took out half our squad in first 2 minutes. Amazed at what was sarin, its warning read, hysterical suffocation. 26. Days of mass tactical airborne operations gripped a static line in the door of a C-130. Earth underneath moves through engine exhaust, distorts the ground, affects accurate rate of descent. But just clearing the plane, a marker of its own. No toe jumper with backup T-10 Charlie wants to be cut loose if conscious, nor pulled back inside. Rolling up the silk from sand, observing the jumpers, exiting the craft, and you give a moment a closer look at their entry into the sky, never wanting to see a cigarette roll. A man in the air searching his harness for spring-activated savior, moving his feet to oscillate with his risers pinned to his neck. Moments in free fall, frequent odds 50-50 on drop zone.